What's up, beautiful people? It's your boy Judeo and I'm back again with a new video. So in this one we're going to be checking out how a student tries to school Michael Knowles on abortion.
Keep defining abortion as the murder of babies, which biological fact is you would say most abortions are done before they are actually babies. It's still just a fetus. So my question...
Do you know what the word fetus means?
It's just a cluster, a
That's-
zygote
Wow, just a cluster.
developing
fetus means.
into a baby eventually.
The word fetus, it's a Latin word, and it just means offspring. That's all it means. It just means the next
Does that
generation
mean
of a
baby?
being. So, but that's what a baby is also. I mean, that's what you would call your adult child someday once he's grown, hopefully if he hasn't been
Can I
murdered.
ask my question?
Well, I'm just like to clarify this point. You would call your adult child your offspring too, but all of these terms that you might use, fetus, embryo, the one they love is zygote, which sounds like a Pokemon, but they use all these different terms, but
It
it's
does
all
sound like a
referring to the
Pokemon,
same
no jokes.
being, and you were that being once. You, the person who's standing here right now.
Do any of us have a memory of being that being?
Oh, I mean, I don't have a memory of last Thursday, frankly. It's been a very busy week, but the lack of a memory doesn't mean that it's all right to murder me.
Well, anyways, my question is, you stress murdering babies a lot, but when it comes to murdering babies, kids, and everything in everyday shootings that keep happening, you say nothing. So I ask, why is it okay to murder babies when it's regulating women but not regulating guns?
No, I say quite a lot about that, actually.
Actually, that her question, I do like it how it was structured. I must commend her for it.
I think the crime is a terrible problem, and I think it's just awful that liberals have funded and intentionally installed liberal DAs who won't prosecute violent criminals. This has led to an increase in violent crime, and it's awful. I totally oppose that. But it's not me and it's not my side that's funding that sort of thing. Now, you say, why wouldn't I want to regulate guns? Guns are very regulated in the United States as it is, and I've yet to hear one gun control proposal that would stop any of these shooting incidents that people talk about. People focus on the sensationalized ones from the news, a school shooting or a movie theater shooting. No proposed gun control legislation of the last 30 years would have stopped any of those. And the majority of the shootings are gang-related, and they're handgun shootings. And so I'm all for cracking down on those gangs and throwing them all in the can, but it's usually the
Rico.
liberals telling me that we have to abolish the police and go soft on crime, and they were just failed by society, and so we can't put them in prison, and we have to abolish the prisons too. That's not me. I'm all for it. You want to
We have to abolish the prisons
me a
too?
bill, you want to elect me to office and get a bill in front of me that will crack down on gang crime and these gangsters using handguns to kill kids, let's do it. I'd sign that in 2 seconds. But it's not up to me, unfortunately. It's up to the side that I suspect you would consider yourself to be on.
No, it's up to a side that you're often a part of. And even if it's not you specifically, it's your friends and the people you support that just continue to... it's just, you aren't considering both sides and how, saying one thing can just contradict the other thing.
How do you think I've done that?
By saying you're murdering babies, blah, 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 just over and over again, but just not
It's a direct
mentioning
quote.
I feel like that's where she has a problem, the term murdering babies.
any of the babies being murdered every single day in shootings that aren't having
Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, but look at this man right here. You see that look? I know that look. He doesn't like what she's saying.
even made it to major news outlets because they're so common.
No, well, that wouldn't be a contradiction or a hypocrisy or anything. I'm focusing on one particular issue called abortion, but I actually mentioned in the speech tonight that specifically on the issue of black people being murdered, 10,000 black people are murdered every year with guns and knives and hammers and the like.
Really?
But 242,000 black people at the very least are murdered through abortion. So that would seem to be a more pressing issue, but
243,000 more.
I brought it up. I'm all for trying to reduce the murder rate. Unfortunately, liberal DAs are not allowing us to do that. So you're more than welcome to convince your fellow liberals to stop funding these people and to start arresting criminals. But my side of the political aisle has been arguing to arrest and keep those criminals locked up for a very long time. And so there's very little we can do if the other side of the aisle won't work with us.
That was actually pretty good. Yeah, that was pretty good. She was well composed. She asked the right questions and she actually made the points she wanted to make. Even though Michael Knowles made a point that one could say, I'm not saying his point is more valid, but one could say his point is more valid. She also expressed something very important because she said, why are you so concerned about murdering babies, but you're not speaking about murder that occurs from gun usage? And Michael Knowles said, even though he speaks about regulating gun usage and also criminalizing the people who kill other people with guns. He also stressed on the fact that more murders are caused from abortion than gun usage. That was a good argument, and once again I do commend the young lady. Let me know your thoughts on that one. If you want to share anything personally, feel free to do so in the comment section. Let's have a discussion. That being said, have a very wonderful day and don't kill anybody, guys. Peace.